Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds?
Time to play the game! Ready?
Yeah. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and it's time for another Leeds United update. And man, are we moving? We're moving in silence like them ninjas, and then boom, like Shinobi. Does anyone remember Shinobi? Those of a certain age will remember the game Shinobi. This is what we're like, moving like ninjas. Yeah. Unreal. Like, it's been so quiet from a content creation perspective. It's tough. It's tough. And then boom. Not only are we signing. Oh, wait, it's done, isn't it? Ethan Ampadu, check. What a signing for the championship, by the way. This guy's been doing it for, internationally, and also playing in Serie A for the last couple of seasons. And now, it's there. I love this. Yeah, throwing stars. Joe knows about Shinobi. Finally, Joe. Finally. Yeah, we could do it. We don't have it anymore, actually. I don't have the finally. I am not. Don't have finally anymore. Matty says, if you stop crying now, mate, you know me, I'm bipolar Joe. I'm up and down like a yo-yo. But right now, we're moving.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, of course. Let's talk about it. A deal has, and I'm like you, Andy D. This really put my mood as well. 7 million, Jamie, yeah. Sensational bit of business. Sensational bit of business. No buyback clause either. Yes, there is a sell-on clause. But listen, maybe, I think it's the kind of deal that gets you up. Do you know what I mean? I've been told as well, it seemed to have gone a little bit quiet on the Dennis front. But again, that was only early stages. Let's wait and see. But obviously, Glenn Kamara that Graham Smith mentioned now, apparently terms are agreed. Apparently terms are agreed with Glenn Kamara. Personal terms agreed, not only with him, but also with Nat Phillips. So I think Reddy are, the deals are coming closer. We're expecting maybe ratification Thursday. Ampadu's got a medical booked in for later in the week. So happy days. Medical booked in for later in the week. So I reckon maybe announcements Friday, you could be looking at, if we get EFL ratification if we get EFL ratification on Thursday, we could be looking at deals on Friday. So yeah, man. Jamie Dixon says, Phil here says Leeds have been discussing widening their football operations team to avoid responsibility for it resting with one person. Suggests multiple appointments will be made in that area, and we've seen another appointment as well in the back office, if you like, upstairs. Let's just I've got some articles to go through. We are set to name Greta Steinson in a senior recruitment role after leaving Spurs. Let's just have a look at that first of all. So we'll go through this one first of all. So Leeds United are set to appoint outgoing Tottenham Hotspur performance director Greta Steinson to a senior recruitment role at Ellen Road. And how quick was that? You know what I mean? Like, how quick was it? Just out of the blue, bang. No one knew about it. Like Nick Hammond, bang. You know what I mean? Instead of bang, let's go. Like Nick Hammond. Yeah. Greta Steinson. Yeah. Just signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, Stevie Wonder tactics. Yeah. It's unreal.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you indeed. So Steinson, who was due to leave Spurs this summer, has accepted a high-level technical post at Leeds United as part of restructuring in the aftermath of the departure of United's former director of football, Victor Orta. Orta left Leeds. We don't need to know about that. So it says Leeds subsequently enlisted former Reading director of football, Nick Hammond, on a short-term basis to oversee their transfer business in this summer window. And it's finally starting to cook, isn't it? Finally. Let me just see this one. Elusive Jess says, in my opinion, I think when you look back on the season, Daniel Farke will be your best acquisition. Loving your content, Joe. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah.
Digler TC says, you only seen Ampadu on YouTube videos, so I'm not really sure yet about him, but most people on here seem happy about the signing. Don't believe all the naysayers. This is the thing, innit? Like, Leeds United not signing anyone, fuming. Leeds United signed someone, still fuming because he's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? So we'll wait and see. But I'm led to believe as well now from multiple people after checking information that Glenn Kamara personal terms are agreed as well. So it is just a case then now of hashing out and thrashing out that deal with Rangers and seeing how much that one will go. Hopefully that is cheap. Hopefully that is cheap as well. Jamie Dixon says 7 million is a no-brainer. I agree, mate. And if we're going to play him in the 6 as a deep lying midfielder, I think it's much better than him, playing at the back, for example. Yeah, outstanding signing, as my good friend Lockie Leeds says here. An outstanding signing indeed. Let's just quickly jump back to the article then. So the club originally intended to make permanent appointment once the window closed. However, it looks like they're making movements now. So, yeah, I know there was talk of, what's his face, wasn't there, from Norwich, Stuart Webber. Steinson's imminent arrival in a prominent technical position brings forward the time frame for filling the hole created by Orta's exit. Although it's not yet clear what the title the former Bolton Wanderers director will officially be given. Leeds have been discussing widening their football operations team to avoid responsibility for it resting with one person, as it did with Orta. Well, we know how tits up that ended up in the end, didn't it? He was just left to run the asylum. So Spurs took him on as performance director a year ago in a position which was covered both the first team and the academy. But it was revealed last month that he would be parting company with the North London side before the start of the new season. Again, I wouldn't basically put any onus on him maybe being fired, if you like, or due to a bad situation. I guess we'd have to speak to Matt Hayes or someone from that. But I believe, look, at Spurs in the background, it was a shit show anyway, because Paratici was bloody banned, wasn't he? He was banned. I think he's still working there in some sort of capacity. So yeah, they've got new people in as well. So let's have a look here. What's said? Steinson is known for his honesty, his straightforwardness, his utter contempt for bullshit. I like it. Be that with agents who generally appreciate his direct approach or colleagues he does not feel are up to scratch. Well, his head will roll when he goes in at Ellen Road then, won't he? His great friend and former colleague, Marcel Brands, who hired Steinson as his de facto deputy while Everton's director of football, has said of him, he's like a pit bull. If he sees something and wants something, he goes for it. Well, that makes for great reading as well. But yeah, listen, you've got to be doing something right if you're ending up at Spurs, really, let's be honest. True. Right. All Leeds are where 71 says, finally, we might act like a pro outfit. I know, right? Also, the YEP are running with the story on Carl Darlow that we touched on earlier. You've got to imagine that Carl Darlow is going to be through the door soon as well. It looks like things are moving quickly. So we've got Ethan Ampadu coming in. Glenn Kamara, personal terms agreed. Apparently the same with Nat Phillips as well. As we know, we've held a long interest in Nat Phillips. He was the first name right at the start of the window that was dropped by Phil here. Looks like that one could be a move. He had interest from Feyenoord. So that again is a big move for me. Michael says, as a Finnish fan, I'm really happy because of the Kamara news. He is my favourite national team player. You thought the Darlow talks were over? I haven't seen anything about that, mate. Jamie says, don't think signing Ampadu and Kamara means Adams leaves, by the way, squad option. I agree with you, mate. I don't think this... I think they may be preparing for that as well, but it doesn't look like, that's why they're making these signings. Ultimately, they're making these signings because we're so bloody light in that area. But yeah. And like I say, on the Emmanuel Dennis stuff as well, like that looks like it still could be a goer. I think there's been plenty of communication between both sides and they're up for it. But obviously, Forest, I think it's told like 10 or 12 million. But we'll have to wait and see, because if no one else moves for Emmanuel Dennis and Leeds United are the only one there, they can play a little bit hardball because he wants to move. Leeds want him. And also you've got to tie in with the fact that they'll have FFP issues. They signed every man and his dog, didn't they, earlier on? So last summer. Let's have a look. Paul Bishop, thank you very much, Paul Bishop, for your contribution. But yeah, what's mad? What's mad for me is the way in which they have moved in so much silence. Do you know what I mean? It's mad, really, just how silent they have moved. I'm just having a look here. Someone's just sent me something. Okay. So, okay. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna bring up something. My friends just sent me. Big up Danny, just on Glenn Kamara and his time at Everton and what deals he actually did when he was at Everton. So he delivered signing of Norwich starlet Ben Godfrey, highly touted midfielder Alan, Watford midfielder Abdoulaye Doucouré, and footballing superstar James Rodriguez on a free transfer. They also completed the loan signings of Swedish keeper Robin Olsen and Norwegian striker Josh King, which, when Ancelotti was in charge, they were all top signings, right? Like Alan's unreal. Obviously, it turned sour after when, after Ancelotti left for Real Madrid, but Abdoulaye Doucouré still smashing it there, isn't he? Jack makes a fantastic point here, but hear me out here, and I'm aware I am spinning things for my own, positives here. But what I will say on that, Jack, having watched Everton a lot last season, for me, Iwobi was one of their standout performers. He's an absolute workhorse, and he's actually not that bad. When you watch him, he for me, alongside Dwight McNeil under Sean Dyche, were the better players towards the back end of the season, without a doubt. But yeah, listen, he's astute. I guess he's had history, and listen, he got a move to Spurs on the back of that Everton time as well. So if you want to maybe look at that with the negative standpoint, he still went and moved there. Hey Joe, Tyler Adams will stay, says Daniel. I hope you're right, mate. We'll have to wait and see. Iwobi was probably the best player for Everton, him and Onana. Agreed, Damar. I think Onana got brought out towards the back end of the season, but I think Doucouré scored a few important goals, and I think Dwight McNeil was really good as well. And Dwight McNeil was playing at right back, I think, at times, or left back. Was it left back? No, right back for Mikalenko. No, he's left back. Maybe either or. They were really good. So agreed. Mad at one point, but yeah. So. Yeah, so Kamara, Nat Phillips, and Ampadu. It's not bad, is it? It's not a bad start. It's not a bad start, and I think there'll be more. I think there'll be more through the door as well. The fact now that, Greta Steinson, maybe Greta Steinson, is that, if that's how you say it, Steinson? Yeah. Might be aware of players at Spurs. You know what I mean? You just don't know, do you? We'll have to wait and see what things are going to cook. But yeah, look, I agree with you, Jamie. Goodbye, Forshaw. I think that does sort of signal the end to him, which I'm surprised at. So there we go. Pirro and Dennis next, says Damar. I hope you're right, mate. That would be amazing if that happened. But we'll have to wait and see. But Dennis would be an unreal signing for me if we could acquire Emmanuel Dennis. I don't understand people saying he wouldn't, but then again, you move. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. LFC My Religion says, Joe, I need your code for FPL. I'll get it you now. Just bear with us 1 minute. I think it's in the description, but people tell me it's wrong. Let me just get it up. League code. There we go. This is my league code for FPL if you need my league code. Hearing from few in the club, Pirro is closer than people think. I mean, that would be, you know what I mean? That would be unbelievable if that could happen. Zilly Sausage says, get yourself a grog down the Acca. Keep up the great content. Cheers, mate. If you don't know about the Acca, you don't know what you're missing out on, by the way, if anyone. To be honest, loads of people from Bradford and Leeds know about the Acca. So, yeah, there's the FPL code as well if you need that. Jamie says, not out against Dennis, but we need an out-and-out number 9. We have wingers who can play up front. He didn't play striker at Watford. Maybe Pirro. Then if Damar's saying it, maybe... Yeah, listen, imagine. We'll wait and see. Charlie says, who's reporting that Kamara has agreed person? Me. I'm your credible source. That's who's telling you. And that I've had it confirmed by a few people, but let's wait and see, innit? Let's wait and see. I told you this yesterday on the Dennis news. Just watch this space. Elusive Jess says, Nat Phillips is a solid defender. If LFC didn't play with a high line, he would definitely have been given more time. Maybe. Okay, so let's check. I just want to have a look at Glenn Kamara. Bear with me 1 moment. 1 second. Okay, so we'll quickly bring up his details. Oh, it's not got the add-on. That's a bit of a shame. I wonder if it's because it's not in the top 5 leagues potentially. Yeah. Just bringing it up. So for Rangers, then played 22 times last season, 12 starts, just the 1 goal. Has been in the Scottish Premier League now for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Prior to that was at Colchester, having come through the Arsenal setup. Jamie says Kamara is very underrated. Had a bad year last season, but been a good player for them, definitely. Joe ring locks and see how he feels now. We'll wait and see. Yeah, Jack. Exactly. Listen, Damar. Listen. Let people believe what they want, my broski. Let them believe what they want. I'm sticking my neck out just because. Listen. I told you about the Willie Nonto bid being rejected. I told you the date, the amount, and then the day after it was being reported everywhere. So that's why I have enough faith in this source to say, do you know what? This guy is bang on. So I'm going to share that information with you. Now, of course, like with transfers and like always you get warned, things can change. At which point people will come for you like no tomorrow, but that's fine. We're willing to take that. But yeah, we'll see, innit? We'll see. Joy's the Leeds Mystic Meg. I wish I was, bro. I wish I was that connected, but no. I guess in a sense, when you're doing this, you're sort of in a privileged position. So we'll wait and see. We shall wait and see. Graham Smith just tweeted out now. Some of the cash bound for Stamford Bridge and the Leeds United Infant Ampadu deal will head southwest instead, which is nice. So Exeter City will receive part of that payment as well. I wonder if they had a big sell-on clause. Let's have a look. The decision reached was that Exeter's total compensation would be the sum of up to 2.5 million. Crucially, however, a 20% sell-on clause was also inserted. So that's nice. So Exeter will receive a 20% sell-on clause for Ethan Ampadu's move. Joe, can you hear the buzzing noise? It'll be the dog. I've took him out on a walk, bro. So it'll just be the dog. It'll just be the dog, that's all. Should have heard him when we first got back. They don't have like that, so... There we go. So we move, don't we? We move. Okay, I'm just checking. So it's been such a positive day. Such a positive day, hasn't it? Yeah. Just getting confirmed there about Leeds United, the green. 7 million as well, by the way. 7 million. Donny Key says, how much did we pay then? Just Joe, 7 million, mate, with 3 million in add-ons, I believe. I don't know what them add-ons will be. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Richard says, now we just need some news on Polyapano, so Mr. Russo will be right again. Yeah, I mean, he was bang on the money. I'd like Oscar Bob and Borges. So yeah, there's the fee. Apparently, like I say, we've agreed personal terms with both Nat Phillips and Glenn Kamara. So I don't know what Kamara's fee will be either. Probably not an awful lot, to be honest. I've seen someone in the comments say they paid about 500k for him, I think. But I'll just have a look, just see what he's currently rated. On just one moment. On transfer marks. Let's have a look. Glenn Kamara is someone Leeds United have looked at for a long time as well, really, if we're being honest. He's always been mentioned. Currently valued at around about 5.5 million. They paid 500k. There you go. Sorry. Paid 500k. Econ believes around about 5 million. Maybe that'll be the case. Yeah, sorry, they paid 55k from Dundee. Arsenal. Dundee picked him up from Arsenal. And then, like I say, spent quite a bit of time in Rangers, played there under Steven Gerrard, of course. So, yeah, I was speaking as well, actually. I was asking Ethan online earlier on what his thoughts were on Glenn Kamara as well, to be fair. But I said I remember being a massive fan of him previously. But, yeah. So, let's have a look what's being said. But I think Joe Donahue had mentioned that he definitely helps us build a secure platform in midfield. And you've got Ampadu, who's great with the ball at his feet. Ethan Ampadu, 7 + 3 million in add-ons, sorry. Kamara is 26, 27, I think. Best years ahead. I think, do you know what as well? And I was having this conversation with Ethan, actually. I think... Remember, we were talking about this the other day and saying it's crazy about the rebuild being in the Championship. And it was only the other day we were going, it's actually worse. But you could argue with the way that the 49ers are moving, with the players that they're acquiring and looking to acquire, the age profile, the manager they've got in, I think, and this might sound mad, squad-wise, we might be better placed for when we return to the Premier League. Potentially. You know? So that's potential. Russ says, Crystal Palace interested in Damari Gray from Everton. Understand if Palace strike a deal for Gray, Everton will go. Well, they need to put in a lot more money than they had, don't they? I disagree. Like I say, got him moved to Spurs on the back of that. We've got to remember as well that Ancelotti left him in the lurch a little bit, or left Everton in the lurch. But prior to that, Ancelotti had them towards the top end, if you remember, with players like James Rodriguez. We went through the names earlier on, so I'm not sure I agree with that. Yeah, true. We can't afford to take it longer than that. So, Lee, I disagree. And the more we get, if we can get more deals in, then and it looks like we are. It looks like we're moving now. Do you know what I mean? Which is important. So, it's nice. It's positive, and it's a good time to be a Leeds United fan again, isn't it? Jamie Kerr says, what would be the correct fee for non-tour? I think it would cost at least 25 million personally. And if you could get 25 million for him, I don't think any of us would turn our noses up personally. They've been offered 15 million with Adams. Maybe they could get 20. I don't know, but I think Leeds United, because of the position they find themselves in with the amount of loans we've had out, the fact that non-tour doesn't have any sort of release clauses or anything like that, then boom. I think 20, yeah, there you go. Damar thinks that, that's what he would accept as well. 25 quid. That's cheap. Yeah, exactly. Jamie. Alex Scott's different gravy, man. I think sometimes come on. Alex Scott, what did they call him? The thingy Grealish, I forgot his name. But Guernsey Grealish, I can't remember. No way. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I don't believe you. I don't want to say that out loud. Where? Who from, my guy? Because that, honestly, folks, if this is true, then I don't know. Surely not. Wait, I need to know. No, because it's me who gets battered. Do you know what I mean? It'll be me who gets battered. This is off someone else. I will tell you, but I want to know where and who and why first. But good. Good. I'm waiting now. He's typing. Let's wait and see. It's not being sent, but I've just received info on filling blank from a very reliable source that filling blank has agreed personal terms with Leeds. Daniel Allen says Bielsa as an assistant. Kylian Mbappe. Jamie Law says maybe it's a terminating Bamford's deal and it'll be a great deal. I feel almost like Fabrizio Romano right now, waiting on text and that. Imagine. Listen, it's not my information anyway, but listen, Damar, you say the name, broski. Thanks, Gary Two Wheels. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for the text. I mean, the name's Joel Pirro, but let's go. Yeah. But wait. Because we don't know, do we? But I mean, imagine. That'd be mad. But Jack, I don't know if that's true though. Don't hold me to that. Listen, that's not, I do believe this person, by the way. This person is not the person that told me about the Glenn Kamara. This is someone else who regularly calls me and keeps me in the loop. Okay. I can't share that source, but it's come from a person that let them know that Grazia had got the boot 3 days before it actually was announced. So, I mean, and this person is a really good guy. He'll be watching. He'll know what I'm chatting about, and he keeps me up to date. And yeah, I mean, if that's true, then we're winning the league. We're winning the league. Can you imagine, right? EFL ratification, yeah? In comes Ethan Ampadu, right? First and foremost. Yeah. Glenn Kamara alongside him, just for them to anchor that midfield and let that front four cook. Yeah. At the tip of that front four, scoring all the goals with Rutter and Emmanuel Dennis either side of him is, of course, Joe Pirro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Imagine the scenes. And then to play alongside Max Vober at the back, you have Nat Phillips. Yeah. Cody Drama at right back.
Yeah.
And I don't know on a left back because I don't think Charlie Taylor's coming. Yeah. I don't think Charlie Taylor's coming near. And we know that Manning's gone elsewhere, so we'll have to wait and see on that. And then at the back, previous championship winner with Newcastle, Cardallo in goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
We're buzzing. Listen, if that's true though, listen, that's only what I've heard now. You know, and that's something that I've shared live, but we'll wait and see in it. We'll wait and see. It's exciting. Yes. I think we missed a trick on Brian, who's got in the middle. Nah, he's lower end. I could see why people would make that link, but he's lower end for me. That dog has had his day in a sense, but we'll wait and see. Irish White says 2 streams in 2 hours from the goat, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it as well, mate. It's all content for me. We'll wait and see. I took the dogs out on a walk. I made myself some chicken. Took dogs on a walk, and then as I went, I got told. To be fair, right, I got told that the Kamara. Just 1 second. Just before the tweet from Phil and Lockie and that can back me up on this, I got told about the deal being agreed in Kamara's personal terms before that tweet, and then like within a couple of minutes, Phil boom, tweeted it out there. So there you go. Jordan UFC says Glenn Kamara not good enough. I disagree. Sound? No, I think the sounds good, man. I think. Who leaves? I think there's a case for them all as long as the money's paid. The money's paid. That's what you have to. You have to pay the money, and that's the good thing about this organization. It would seem that you've got to have the money. If you ain't got the money, then you're saying bye. Bully, yeah, I know what you're up to. It's about time you turn that Forest shirt off as well. Every time I see it, man, it makes me laugh. Phil's alternate account. I wish it was. No worries. Fabrizio has confirmed the Ampadu deal going ahead. Yeah, 7 million. Best way to do work in silence. Yeah, it's hard as a content creator, but yes, it's exciting, isn't it? Because like I'm on the dog walk, I got told the information. I'm on the dog walk. I think, right, okay, what I'll do is when I get back, I'm gonna go Ampadu deal done. I'm writing the title in my head. Glenn Kamara agrees personal terms. Then on the way back, someone had already put it out on Twitter. I was like, damn, I've missed the boat, but it'll still be okay. And then, just as I was about to come live, otherwise it'd have been on the thumbnail, I got told Nat Phillips is also terms agreed. And then also on the walk back from the dog, there was that guy, right? The new sporting director dude, Greta Steinson. Damar. Listen, if that is phenomenal, then I mean, if that is true, then Locks, where you at, bro? Been telling me he's getting Pyro all the time. Yeah, this is mad. This is mad, Mr. Dodo, as well, by the way, because I thought one of the reasons we agreed a cheaper deal is because they were going to pay the money up front. Yet all the stories are they still owe us 40 bags. What's going on here? I don't like it. Look, what I will say, I agree with you, and people will disagree, but I think if you can get Dennis, Pirro, Ampadu, Kamara, you know, you've then got Rutter, you've then got Dan James, who I don't like, by the way. I think, yes, he's good and can get to the byline, but his cutbacks are terrible. And listen, the thing is, Pirro scores goals, but you need to be able to get the ball to him. And I just think Dan James lacks in that area, personally. Maybe at the Championship, he just might be a different kettle of fish. I don't know. Paveda staying or going, it's interesting. He played okay against Man United. He scored against Barnsley. I don't want him, but again, I'm happy to be proved wrong. Dennis could be a quality as a 10. I think the thing is, what we've seen so far and what we know about the Barnsley game is Joseph played through the middle, and he will have a massive part to play this season. Do not sleep on Joseph. Mateo Joseph, when he was used last season, he was used on the left, and I was always, I agree with you, George. I do agree with you in terms of Poveda being poor. That's just my opinion, though. Mateo Joseph played through the middle against Barnsley, but also out on the left. If you look at that Man United game, Rutter played through the middle at times, then also out on the left. His ball came from the left. Lovely ball across to Sam Greenwood. Dan James was the one who was routed to the right-hand side. That might be a ploy, get everything down that left-hand side. I'm not too sure. But what's key is it's quite interchangeable. It's quite interchangeable. So Mateo Joseph, Rutter, Cini. I keep saying Cini, but then I try and stop myself because I don't see him staying here. But if he did, I mean, it'd be amazing. Then I can't wait to see Ampadu just running the game in the Championship. I can't wait. I hope he grows out his hair again as well. I want full Ampadu. Ampadu breaking on the scene, having your debut at international duty at 16, Ampadu. Getting your first team minutes for Chelsea at 17, Ampadu. That's the Ampadu that I want. Not the one that's been in, in Italy. And so, of course, that's good. But it's time to come home, back to the UK. Leeds have had some great Welsh players throughout the years as well. So big up my Welsh brethren. Apart from Locks. he's becoming like the I don't know, the Batman to my Joker on this channel, isn't he? But yeah, listen. We should chuck DJ in the Pirro deal. Yeah. Send him back to Swansea, you mean? It's a good shout, isn't it? Good shout. Yeah, Marcus C. Look, keeping the Welshmen on the side, brother. On the side. Yeah, we want full Ampadu. All these players, and we still have no left back. Soon to come. I don't know who it'll be, though. I've not been not seen it. Terry Yorif, exactly, my guy. John Charles. Don't forget about John Charles, the gentle giant. So, only player, I believe, and I might be wrong, to never receive a yellow card, right? He never, or not the only player, but he never received a yellow card in his career. The gentleman, John Charles, because I'll never. Radrazani cheated when Jack Charlton died, and it was like you got the wrong one. Lock's stroking you, Joe. Yeah, but I'm on about John Charles. Played at Juve as well as Leeds. Played centre-back and striker. Welsh footballer plays as centre-forward or as a centre-back, best known for his first stint at Leeds United and Juve. He was rated by many as the greatest all-round footballer ever to come from Britain. I swear he'd never got a yellow card. Let me have a look. I don't know, where is it? Definitely didn't. He definitely didn't anyway. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, cool. Sign him up, yeah, if he was. Gary Lineker was never carded as well. There you go then. I think Dan James will be decent in the Championship. One of them that's not going to... Yeah, I don't know, Donny. I hope you're right, but I just think he's lacking so much. Michael said they didn't have yellow cards. They were more of a bitch. I mean, I suppose the challengers back then, I mean, Billy Bremner and Keegan had full-on fist fights and didn't get sent off and that, did they? So, it's a different game. It's a different game back then, true. Someone could have a broken leg and be like, get up, get the magic sponge on it. Look, the way it's going at this moment in time, Brendan, I will go on record now as saying he'll be loaned out. I think the fact that Sonny Perkins went to the Farsley Celtic game for the under-23s pre-season as opposed to the game at Barnsley tells you all you need to know. And I think that's good. I think Perkins probably does need to go and get some minutes. I think Mateo Joseph is ahead of him in the pecking order in that respect. So I think he will go out on loan, and he needs to. That's fine. He doesn't want another season in the under-21s for me. And it'll be frustrating for him because he'll probably see, Mateo Joseph get first team minutes, etc. But it is what it is. We move. You can't forget we've got like Sam Greenwood. We've got Joffy. We've got all these other players as well. So I don't see Sonny Perkins sticking around. I just see him going out on loan. Yeah, Jamie, and I'm okay with it. Like I said, Danny Rumsey, who watches this, said that Bamford's better than Dennis, and I don't agree. But listen, if Bamford stays, he might. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments, and of course hit that notification bell. Don't forget, we'll be back on Saturday, sorry, with a watch along for the Leeds versus Monaco game. As I say, put your notifications on, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit the notification bell, because we'll probably be live later on. Or tomorrow, whenever news breaks. I might get a few people together tonight and just have a chat about what has been and looks like it will be a very good day for Leeds United. So watch this space. I am going to jump on Twitch now as well. So if you do want to join me on Twitch, I'll just have a quick break and you can come on over. We're going to play some more Football Manager and maybe some FIFA as well. I've got Leeds into the top 4 on Football Manager. There's my Twitter. Kels says, hopefully the Ampadu rumour is true. It's true, Kels. The deal's done. The deal's done. Hopefully we might get Dennis and O'Brien from Forest. Bamford, we need to get rid of. Yeah, just on that, Kels, I think the thing is, Forest are going to be an easy club to do deals with this summer, because they need to get, deals done. Mark says, warning, do not fall into the usual trap of bigging players up. But, mate, football's fickle, Mark. It is what it is. I do this. It's fine. There's my Twitch. Follow me on Twitch if you want some more Just Joe. Okay, there's over 800 of you now. Listen, I want to thank you all as well. Just before I do leave, I was reminded right at the start, we hit 21,000 this morning. Okay, we were so close last night, and we hit 21,000 today as well. So I just want to thank you all so much. For keeping me updated. I've had a new message. Who's this? 1 second. Let's have a look. What position does he play? Yeah. Ziki Amdouani on his way to Burnley. And will be announced tomorrow. If you don't trust the sources, see if that one happens. 21k. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's amazing. The channel is growing fast. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll have 30k. That's the dream. That's the dream. Season's not even started and we're already making moves. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll see you on the other side, people. Love you all, man. Peace and love.